Previously on Code Lyoko, The Quest for Infinity.
I've discovered something really bad.
To destroy a replica, you have to destroy its supercomputer.
Ooh-wee, get a load of that beastie. Jeremie, we could use a hand here.
No can do. Girls, hurry and get around the force field so you can defend the skid. Guys, the only way you can destroy the supercomputer is to eliminate the monster.
Strike the mountain replica off the list. Only 4 to go.
And now, on to episode 12.
Have you got a couple of minutes?
Well, this
I'm
one
trying to
has
figure
been
out
a
the
bit of
personality
an
this
ordeal,
new William.
but
Have you noticed that
finally,
he's different
we're
since
getting
he
to
came back?
recording the commentary on this.
No.
Some teachers and
it's taking me
students
about,
say that William is, how can I put it?
not counting the
Nicer
amount of
now,
time it took
less
to make
complicated.
dinner,
Yumi,
somewhere in the
you've
realm
always been
of
close to him.
30 minutes
What
to
do you
get
think?
to get to this
Ridiculous.
point.
William hasn't changed at all. He's
So-
just as interesting and on the ball as he's always been.
And,
Hey, Billy, I got a scoop for you. Have you ever noticed
well-
that Sissy and the principal have the same name? Well, I looked into it, and Sissy is Mr. Delmas's daughter. Weird, isn't it?
No comment.
So, I hope you were able to go
Exactly.
to the concert. It was mega cool.
so we got about
So
3
good.
conversations at Caddick
If
and
all
no
those
new
years
little,
hiding Paco had
no
just
new
been
little
breaking
gifts.
You got it. You can't fight against the real
Unfortunately.
you.
You're right. And now I
But
know that my
in
real
any
place is on
case,
stage. As if this
remember
bullet
last time
pumping
was a
through my
split
veins
route,
since birth.
so
My mind's made up.
we have the other
I'm
mission
off
this
to
time,
Broadway.
Jim,
once we
they
finally
need
get to
someone
it.
at the snack bar. I told
As
them
much as I
you'd
was
help
having
them
problems
with the
actually
service.
doing this
Looks
actually
Broadway will have to wait.
piecing together this little recording,
You know, that reminds me
I
of the time when
did
was
learn a
cook
few more
on a
things about the
Navy
program
aircraft
I'm
carrier in
using.
the South Pacific. No time to talk about
So
that
that
now.
should help.
They're waiting for me.
Listen, children.
hmm.
There's a slight problem with Jeremie. Would you know where he is?
No, sir.
Don't you think he's acting a bit strange?
I don't really have much to
lately?
talk about in the
There are
Caddick
days when
sections
he's not
anymore.
himself.
Think
It's
so?
been so
We
long
haven't
since
noticed
we've
anything.
pretty much exhausted
I
everything
guess
important
I'm worried
there,
about nothing.
mainly
Your
because,
team's after all,
well,
and
actually
it's
we
normal
exhausted
to
everything
have
important
an
there, and
identity
like a
crisis
couple
to enjoy.
videos ago or something
See you
when we
later.
first started to get gifts from these
Now
people.
that we know how to eliminate the replicas once and for all, let's get to work and find the others.
Starting with the
So,
2 supercomputers that disappeared.
The
I'll
one
use
really
the
good
deep
thing about the
scan,
game now
but the
is after
program
you
pumps a
start
lot of energy
fighting
into
boss
Sector 5,
enemies,
and
it
XANA
gets a
would use it to
lot
attack.
faster. It
You'll have to stand
starts to
guard while
actually
I
pick
launch
up
the
quite a
probe.
bit.
Okay, here we go.
There's still quite a few missions like this one where you don't fight any
I don't
bosses,
believe
but that's,
XANA
you
has
know, we've still got at
blocked
least one
access to the
attack
Lyoko
coming
core.
at some
What do we
point.
do now?
There's another way.
So here we're going through
Heck of a
Sector
detour.
5 to reach the
Don't waste
core
time.
so that we can run,
XANA is already
so that we can
working on the
protect
Lyoko core.
the core while
speed
Jeremie's
ahead!
trying to use the deep scan program. And as expected for video games, it actually goes through and gives you the ability to make sure that you have all the necessary abilities to get from point A to point B before it makes you go from point A to point B. So we finally get Yumi's little walking across the tiny bars thing a little while back, so now we can do that and get to the later parts of the stage. And I'll be using Odd mostly again, but it'll be good to show off that, like, Odd's actual combat abilities this time. Now this little section here has the 6 switches. 4 of them are linked to the doors with the 4 enemies, whereas 2 of them are linked to the actual things you have to do to open a gate at the top of the little climb there and raise the steps so that you can climb up there. It's also worth noting this is the only part of the game where you can, I think, where you can audibly hear the enemies get destroyed from moving far enough past them. So, you see me failing to climb up the wall here, and you're going to see me die a few times later in this one. It's a pretty short mission, so I was able to leave in my failures from the later platforming section. But, yes, that's another data pack, and
Another
I
data
was
pack.
intending to
For
switch to
Ilena's
Aelita, because
Now
the
you
data
have
pack
the
is
ability
for
to
her.
create objects wherever you want.
So we now have the ability to create
Hopefully
objects
that's
wherever
filling
you
gaps.
want. As long as there's a glowing pink hologram of Aelita creating an object in the spot that we want. Yeah. You know, couldn't we just technically build a bridge right from the corner of this platform all the way across? I mean, there's some pretty annoying little platforming sections coming up, and It would have been really nice to just have a direct road, you know? Maybe Aelita shouldn't be quite as lazy about that. Possibly. Oh well.
Excellent. Aelita.
So here I play as
use your new
Aelita,
power
and she is
to
able to
create a
move just as well as
platform
everyone
over the
else.
void.
And you did actually see me play as her in one of the earlier videos when it was between her and I think it was Ulrich. So yeah, Aelita was easily the better option. But yeah, I go through these little sections here and oops. So next attempt. And I make a really nice little dodge dash thing there. And I make a bit of a mistake there and get smacked in the face. It shows the effect as if it's doing damage, but it didn't actually do anything, so I'm not really sure what that says. And that was an utter failure in timing on my part. Those switches actually are kind of a problem. There's 3 of them along that route that you'll see when I actually do make it across here. This is the final attempt, so I take it nice and slow. But when you go across there, the actual timing for the switches, you have to shoot that one basically right before the platform starts moving, because that gate closes behind you really quickly. So here I'm waiting for the platform, but it takes a really long time to get here for some reason. And we are... well, we're not there yet. Here I make the error of not realizing I have to kill everything to move on, so... or at least I have to kill all the crab-type enemies. Because I think the gate goes down when the crabs are all dead, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, actually, no, that was just for me being far enough away from it. It decided to go down for some reason. I'm going to assume saving processing power or something. Looking at the video, it's kind of hard to see what's going on with the actual platforms blending into the background like they do here. I can't say I expect much better. It's really just the clear platforms that are a problem. So, oh no, we're gonna have to climb up all those little ladder things to reach the... wait. Oh. Well, that would have been much better. Oh well. Here's how this fight works. Don't fall in the hole in the middle, and just keep killing things. It runs on a timer, and basically it keeps respawning the enemies constantly during the course of the fight. So, again, odd is your best choice. First couple enemies are creepers and the weird claw bug things, whatever those are. And then after a little while, it'll drop in some more enemies. You know, if you could actually replay stages for more points, this would be a good stage for that. But you really can't replay stages until you finish the storyline. Which is kind of weird. Okay, so our other 2 enemies are crabs and a ring tank.
Hey guys,
and the ring tank actually decides to be kind of a jerk to me this
I'll try
run
something
through.
else.
Faster, Jeremie!
Ouch. See, if I were doing a no upgrade run through, I'd have to redo this section from that, more than likely, or from one of the next few hits. I've gotten quite a few upgrades for my health at this point. Oh, it's also worth noting that you do get some health regeneration when you kill enemies, sometimes.
Good news.
That reminds me of the show when he did that a lot.
Reset Lyoko's energy equilibrium. Get rid
That
of the
happened
last
less.
monsters, and I'll bring you back.
And here we go.
Well played.
Indeed. Well, the video is drawing to a
Thanks to
close,
you,
so
I
I'd
found
like
the
to thank you all
coordinates
for
of the
watching,
2
and
lost
I will see you
supercomputers.
next time.
Next step, destroy them.